everyone? It is the RattieSplinter here, back with another episode of Ark Survival. So today I am going to go over with a how-to video of how to do some egg hatchings and incubation. Don't mind the hole in the wall and that. While I was logged out, something must have aggroed into here and destroyed some of my base. Destroyed my cooking pot, my preserving bin, my front door was open. But besides that, let's go ahead and get down to it. So for a proper incubation, let's start at the beginning. First, in order to get a fertilized egg, you have to have a male and a female. So here I got a male Rex. You notice it says sharp tooth level, obtained by gender male, and then if you notice at the very bottom it says enable wandering to mate. So then you get yourself a female, which I got a female over here, but if it says it's ready to mate in 23 hours, so I have to wait 23 hours to mate her again. But what you do is you get them standing real close to each other like so. Let's go ahead and bang lag, get on here. So what we'll do is, we get over here, and get them as close as possible. Then you enable wandering on both of them. Alright, and once you do that, and you have enable wandering on both of them, you want to start whistling stop all so they don't move. Then as you whistle and spam stop all, you want to keep spamming it. At the bottom of the female, there will be a mastration process. Once that reaches all the way up, you can stop whistling stop all. You can discontinue to do that. She will lay an egg. You want to pick the egg up and then disable the wandering so they don't just go running around. Now once you get the fertilized egg, what you want to do is you want to make yourself 4 to 5 AC units. AC units are going to be crafted in the fabricator. They're under structures, go to electric, and there are the AC units. If you notice, the AC units take 80 metal, 15 electronics, 5 polymer, and 15 crystal. Alright, so once you get yourself 5 of those, you're going to want a generator because it takes electrical power. And you're going to want to run electrical. So, make yourself a little room, something like this with the AC units. As you see, I got 5 little AC units sitting around. Then once you get your fertilized egg, as you see I got a fertilized egg. Now the egg has an egg health. As long as the egg is in your inventory or in a refrigerator, preserving bin, or anything like that, as long as it's not sitting on the ground, and I'll show you what I mean by not sitting on the ground, is I go ahead and drop this egg out here. If you notice, it says too hot. Alright, you have 2 lines. You have a yellow line and a red line. The yellow line, once it gets all the way down to there is no yellow left, it is ready to hatch. The red line is the egg health. Alright, as long as you have it picked up or in a refrigerator, like I have a refrigerator over here, the egg will not lose any health. Or if you have the egg dropped and it's incubating, if you notice when I drop it out here, it says it's too hot. So let's go ahead and show you again. Stop moving egg. Notice it says too hot, the egg health will start dropping. Now, so what you want to do is, don't eat the egg.
Watch.
You want to drop the egg, by your AC units. Once you drop it by the AC units, if you notice, is saying incubation. Now, as long as it's incubating, it will not lose no health. As long as it's in your inventory, it will not lose no health. If it's in the refrigerator, it will not lose no health. The only time it will lose health is if it's sitting on the ground and it's either too hot or too cold. And that is pretty much how you're going to incubate any eggs. If you have 4 or more of the AC units, it will incubate any egg that you put down on the ground next to it. But the egg has to be on the ground. You have to drop it. Once that yellow bar gets down, like I said, down to it's completely gone, it will hatch. That is when the fun really starts, peeps. Alright? Once the baby hatches, you better have raw meat on hand, as the baby's going to need a lot of raw meat. You cannot leave the baby alone because it will die. You have to constantly feed it raw meat until it becomes a juvenile. Once it becomes a juvenile, it will feed off of one of our feeding troughs, which I have 2 of them over here. But until it becomes a juvenile, you have to literally sit and babysit it. Now, if you notice, the yellow line's almost all the way down, which means this RGA is about to hatch. Now, what you can do, say you don't have the raw meat on hand, or you're not ready for the whole 3 to 4 hour babysitting process, what you can do is wait until it's almost about to hatch, like I am now. Pick the egg up and put it in one of your refrigerators. Now, that yellow bar will not go back up. It will stay about to be hatched as long as you keep it in a refrigerator or in your inventory. But if you let that egg health drop, of course it's going to spoil. But like I said, it will stay ready to hatch the entire time that is sitting in here until I'm ready to hatch it. Once I'm ready to hatch it, all you gotta do is pull it back out of your refrigerator, run over to where you have your AC units set up, drop it back in front of your AC units, and finish the incubation process, the hatching. And that is pretty much exactly how you're going to incubate and hatch any egg that you want. And once again, I'll go over the steps. Like I said, you're going to get a male and female, whatever it is. You're going to notice at the very bottom of their little icon, it says enable wandering to mate. So you're going to go up, get them as close as possible, enable wandering, and then you're going to spam that stop all whistle. Spam it like you never spammed a whistle before. Because once they start mating, you'll get a little bar at the bottom of the female that says menstruation process. Once that bar fills up, the Rex will lay the egg. But now if the Rexes get too far apart from each other, that process will stop and you will have to start all over. Once you get that egg, like I said, you pick the egg up, keep it in your inventory, or put it in a refrigerator, and the egg health will not go down at all. The only time the egg health will go down is if it's sitting on the ground and it's too hot or too cold. If it's incubating, it will not lose egg health. And once again, let me show you. You're going to grab your egg. We'll go and grab our fertilized egg. And like I said, if you drop it on the ground, if you notice down at the bottom, right above the yellow line, it says too hot. So the egg health will be dropping.
Ildit quadchrome prend pa.
So, pretty much, once you do that, you can incubate your egg, throw it down next to your AC units, and it will not lose egg health. And it will continue, and it should say incubating, If it's too hot, it'll say it's too hot. If it's too cold, it'll say it's too cold.
CEST in anglais Salberlul.
So peeps, that is how you incubate eggs. I am not exactly ready to pick this up and hatch that egg. So I'm going to throw it back into my refrigerator so it don't lose any incubation process and it don't lose the health. Now, like I said, you can have it all the way down on the incubation to where it's seconds before hatching. Pick it up, put it in your refrigerator, and that egg will stay seconds from hatching until you are ready to hatch it. Hold on a second, peeps.
I can join your house.
You like the house, huh? Pretty nice base. Took a long time to build, peeps. And while I was at work today, something aggroed in and broke one of my glass ceilings and 4 of my glass walls. Also broke my cooking pot and one of my preserving bins. And look at my tri-mate just standing on my cereal bowl. Ain't that nice? So, that is pretty much how you're going to get a fertilized egg, how you're going to incubate the egg, and or keep the egg from spoiling and dying until you're ready to incubate it. And once again, the AC units do require power, so you're going to need to build yourself electrical lines, electrical outlets, a generator, which I'll show you, the electrical lines and electrical outlets, and the generator, which the generator also takes gas, so you're going to have to make gas up. But that's the electrical outlet, is the box with the sparks, the electrical lines. You're going to want to connect it to a generator, fill the generator up with gas. Now the generator, electrical lines, electrical outlet is all crafted in the fabricator, which I'll go and show you guys that right now. Let me give me something to drink, my guy's thirsty. Alright, for the generator you're going to go under structures, electrical, and the generators right here is going to be 25 metal and 10 electronics. To make the electronics and the polymer, you're going to go under composites. It is under composites. Electronics is silica pearls and metal ingots. Polymer is obsidian and cementing paste. Now to get to the electrical lines,
okay,
that is also under the electric, which is just metal ingots for the electrical lines. The electrical box is metal ingots, wood, and electronics. Then you're going to also want to make yourself the AC units, which is under the electric. AC units, metal ingots, electronics, polymer, and crystal. And you're going to want about 5 of those. I'm going to need to make me up another one of these light posts, because that did get destroyed. And how to make gas, guys, is you throw a hide and oil into a refining forge, light it up, and it will produce gas, which that is what you use to power your generator. And I'll show you the generator, which is on top of my building. You can place the generator anywhere. You don't have to have it on foundations. You don't have to have it in the building. You can place it straight on the ground. But you want to have your generator, which is right here. As you see, I have gas in it. And that is pretty much it. Once you get all that stuff together, hatching eggs is fairly simple. You can use standing torches. The only bad thing with standing torches is if it gets too hot, you have to be there to keep an eye on it to turn torches off, or if it gets too cold, you gotta be there to add torches. So you don't necessarily have to have the AC units, but in my opinion, the AC units are by far the best way to go. 5 of them should do any eggs that you have. So I hope that helped with you guys incubating and hatching up your own eggs. And with that, peeps, I am going to get out of here.